Hi, right, today I want to talk about asthma and what happens for people for whom a cold is a trigger. Okay, so when you have an asthma attack, just normally now, all the airways go into spasm. That makes them swell up, so they narrow, and then they produce a mucus, so they narrow even more. That's what happens during your average, say if you've stepped outside in the cold air or something like that. Now for that general sort of asthma, a preventer inhaler is pretty good because it sort of works a bit like an antihistamine. It stops the swelling. Now for people who get colds and their asthma is a problem, it tends to be much more of a problem in that instance, because when you have a cold, here is a picture of what happens. As you can see, you're sneezing a lot, and people with asthma, it seems they sneeze a lot more compared to normal people when they get a cold. So all that's getting inflamed, all that down there is getting inflamed, so you're getting inflammation as well as swelling. And when you're thinking about it, you know, constantly hacking for every minute you're upright, yes, that, I mean, even someone without asthma, that would cause a problem after a couple of days. You know, you would have swelling and inflammation, and then of course you get the airways swell up, go into spasm, you get the mucus, but because of the constant hacking and the inflammation, it's 10 times worse, and that is a lot harder to bring round than any other asthma attack. So by the time you've been sneezing violently for a couple of days, these may as well just go in here. They're absolutely no use, for obvious reasons, because of the extra sneezing. That is why an asthma attack is much more severe when you get a cold. It's a bit like if you take an antihistamine, you know, it works great if you've got a rash because you've got hives. If you've got a bruise, there's no point. That's a trauma. And constantly sneezing violently is kind of like giving your lungs a trauma. They're not bruised, but the swelling is kind of the same. Now, there are things you can actually do which really help. I'll be talking about that in other videos that I make.